guys! Welcome back to my channel, Honey's MY Stories. For today's video, I will share with you the latest standard operating protocols or the SOPs that we need to follow while we are here in Malaysia. So these are the COVID-19 SOPs as of May 2022. If in my last video, I shared with you what are the travel requirements for you to enter Malaysia, this time I will share with you what are the things that we need to follow in relation to COVID-19 while we are here in Malaysia, so that you will be able to know the things that you need to follow if you are going to explore Malaysia soon. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. Actually guys, starting May 2022, Malaysia have simplified their COVID-19 SOPs. So the number one will be about the wearing of face mask, and that's actually no longer required if you are in an open area, but it's still required if you are indoors, including if you are in a public transport like in train, in Grab, or buses. So those are still required. Even in elevators, I think that's required. So wearing a face mask outside is actually optional already. So if you are not comfortable with face mask outside, then that's up to you. You have the option of not wearing it. As I have observed, this time people are actually used to wearing face masks, so there's a lot of people still wearing face mask outside, but some are actually no longer wearing it, so it really depends on your preference. So with regards to physical distancing, actually guys, that's no longer required here in Malaysia. It's actually optional as well. Physical distancing is encouraged if you're not wearing a mask. And another thing guys, as I have mentioned on my previous vlog, MySejahtera check-in is no longer required regardless of your vaccination status. We're no longer using MySejahtera app as of the moment, aside from checking updates if you want to, or just showing your proof of your vaccination certificate. Actually, wearing a face mask indoors is the only COVID-19 SOP that hasn't been removed out of all the SOPs that we followed a year ago. I can still remember a year ago that we could not even travel to a different state, or if we will be riding a Grab car, there's only one allowed passenger on it. Also last year, I can remember that if you're not vaccinated, you're not allowed to enter a certain establishment, but right now that's actually removed already. So regardless of your vaccination status, anyone can go anywhere. A year ago, we're not even allowed to do dine-in. We can only take out food or take away food. It's really hard to travel a year ago, but right now, starting May 2022, Malaysia have a lax SOP. Basically, this is the closest thing to the normal that we used to experience before COVID-19 happened. Out of all those COVID-19 SOPs, only the wearing of face mask indoors and in public areas are the remaining COVID-19 SOP that we need to follow. All of the things that we used to follow before are actually already removed. If ever you'll be infected with COVID-19, last year I can remember you are required to do a quarantine for 14 days, but this time you're only required to do 7 days of quarantine, and you are actually already allowed to do COVID-19 test on the 4th day, and if that came as negative, then you can get out of quarantine. So yeah, it's actually very lax already. I think that is because of the thorough vaccination here in Malaysia. A lot of people have already been vaccinated. The death rate has been declining, and although the COVID-19 daily cases is still higher than it was last year, but the cases are just mild symptoms, so it's not as deadly as it was 2 years ago. And guys, I will share you something. This is not actually a COVID-19 SOP here in Malaysia, but there is an unspoken rule here in Malaysia related to COVID-19, and that is following physical distancing on LRT or MRT. So if you are in a train, you will observe people to be sitting one seat apart. And that is actually an unspoken rule, guys. If you will sit beside someone or a stranger, they might raise an eyebrow and really ask, why are you sitting beside me? That is because a year ago, that's one of the protocols that we followed and still being followed, although it was already removed. So you can really observe that people are sitting a seat apart in trains, and even during rush hours. That's an important thing that you need to put in mind if you will be traveling here in Malaysia, just to respect the locals as well. That's an unspoken rule here in Malaysia right now. So Yes guys, I think I'm gonna end the vlog here, and I hope that you learned something from this video. And if you like this, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will be updated for my future uploads. Once again, this is Hani and you're watching Hani's MY Stories. Bye bye for now! Bye bye!